Hi there. In this video, we will discuss the summary of the 10th chapter of Ibong Adarna, titled The Betrayal of Don Pedro and Don Diego, from stanzas 257 to 275. We will also study the important events, characters, settings, and the lessons, messages, or implications found in this chapter. Let's begin. After taking the Ibong Adarna from Don Juan, Don Pedro and Don Diego returned to the kingdom of Berbania. They presented the Ibong Adarna to their father, the king, but Don Juan was not with them. They had left him wounded and nearly dead in the middle of the forest. The king was happy to see the Adarna, but the bird did not sing, which was expected to heal the king. Because the Ibong Adarna did not sing, King Fernando's condition continued to worsen. The king wondered why the bird was not singing, so he consulted a wise doctor. The doctor explained that the bird was also suffering and seemed to be grieving because its true caretaker, Don Juan, was missing. Because of this, the king's condition grew even worse, and the Ibong Adarna could not ease his illness. Now, let's move on to the important events in this chapter. After taking the bird from Don Juan, Don Pedro and Don Diego returned to their kingdom without their youngest brother, Don Juan. Don Pedro and Don Diego showed the Ibong Adarna to King Fernando, hoping it would heal him, but the bird did not sing. The king's condition did not improve and worsened because the Adarna did not sing. The king asked why the Ibong Adarna was not singing, and the doctor explained that the bird was suffering because its true caretaker, Don Juan, was missing. The king's condition worsened further because of the Adarna's grief, as it did not sing due to Don Juan's absence. Important characters: Don Pedro, the eldest son of the king who betrayed Don Juan and took credit for capturing the Ibong Adarna. Don Diego, the second son who supported the betrayal of Don Juan and returned to Berbania with Don Pedro. Don Juan, the youngest prince who truly succeeded in capturing the Ibong Adarna, but was betrayed by his brothers. King Fernando, the king of Berbania, who was suffering from an illness and hoped to be healed by the Ibong Adarna. Ibong Adarna, the magical bird that did not sing because of its grief over the loss of Don Juan, its true caretaker. Let us now proceed to the setting of this chapter. The chapter takes place in the kingdom of Berbania, where Don Pedro and Don Diego returned with the Ibong Adarna, and King Fernando suffered because the bird did not sing. Here are some of the lessons shown in this chapter. The absence of true care brings sadness and failure. The Ibong Adarna's refusal to sing symbolizes its suffering due to the lack of love and loyalty it felt from its true caretaker, Don Juan. Betrayal comes with consequences, even if they are not immediately seen. What Don Pedro and Don Diego did to Don Juan caused a bigger problem in the kingdom because they did not achieve the desired healing from the Ibong Adarna. Having heart in every action is important to achieve true success. The Adarna's refusal to sing shows that even though they had the expected solution, it was not enough because the true care of a loving caretaker was missing. And that concludes the 10th chapter of Ibong Adarna, titled The Betrayal of Don Pedro and Don Diego. What did you learn from this lesson? Share your answers in the comments. We also encourage you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.